돈을 알라딘의 램프처럼 내가 원하는 것을 무엇이든 이루어주는 도구로 생각하는 사람들이 많습니다. 돈은 악의 뿌리라고 표현하기도 하고 돈이 원수다라는 말도 있죠. 틀린 말은 아닌 이유가 부부가 이혼하게 되는 10가지 주된 이유 중 하나에서 돈이 빠지지 않기 때문입니다. 하지만 문제의 본질은 돈이 아니라 돈과 관련된 마인드입니다. 학교에서 가르쳐주지 않는 돈의 속성에 관한 이야기를 들어보시죠. 돈이 많으면 문제가 없을까요?
You know, it's easy to pity or have compassion for people that are struggling because they lack money. But I have just as much compassion over people that have a lot of money and it's destroying their lives. I see it all the time. I've heard from many clients over the years that we were just happier as a couple when we had much less. And I believe them. I could see it. I see it with my very eyes. It's a point of tension between the husband and the wife or the parents and the children, for example. Right? Children who don't get enough can be compatible with their parents, and children that get too much can be compatible with their parents. You see very similar dynamics. Large biases that I see in people that are prevalent is the urge or the belief that there's a way to time the market. That there's just gotta be a time to buy and a time to sell. And that it's so blatantly obvious that now is not a time to buy or that now's a time to sell. And the media, they bombard you with this. All these talking heads who claim to know that the market's gonna do this and the market's gonna do that. And then if that's not enough, they tell you what the genius hedge fund guys are doing. Oh, the hedge funds are all going short the market or they're all going long the market. And you think that all this information actually should dictate what you do or don't do. The fact of the matter is, nobody has a clue. Time that you can buy and time to sell, and that you somehow know, and that you should listen to your instincts or your gut. Don't.
저자는 단기적으로 예측 가능한 것은 없다고 말합니다.
No one knows in the short term. Nobody knows what the market's going to do tomorrow morning, even the future numbers an hour before. But it's not that complicated to know in the long term. So what I'm saying is that this urge to do something in the short term because it feels right 99% of the time doesn't work out. Was to just focus on your own success. That this is a dog-eat-dog world, and that to make it, you just have to be maniacally focused on what's good for the big I. And this is unfortunately a mindset in Wall Street for a lot of people. And it's true, unfortunately. It's the worst advice I ever got. I didn't take it because I just don't believe it's true. And even if it is true, I just couldn't do it. But a lot of kids leave college or enter professions with that mindset. It's poisonous. It just completely destroys a person's life. Even if they achieve financial success, the rest of their life is going to be an absolute disaster. Don't spend money you don't have. That is my best 90-second advice. Yeah. 2, when you start earning money, don't expand your lifestyle. You're never going to get out of the hole. At some point, a person should stop and say, things are just fine the way they are. Because one day you wake up and all of a sudden these big expenses are there and you're like, oh, we didn't think about that, did we? So if you stop your lifestyle at one point and you say, this is it, we don't need any more. Guess what? So what if I earned another $100,000 this year? That doesn't mean that my Honda Accord is no longer the car for me. Once I go up to another $200 a month for my lease, I mortgaged myself more. Bill Gates and say, hey, Billy boy, I got a deal for you. I flip this coin. Tails, I wipe you out. Heads, you so blow Elon Musk out of the water that there's no way he'll ever catch up to you. I'll take your 60 billion, I'll turn it into 500 billion, trillion. Doesn't matter. There's no way. Why? The reason is because at some point, the utilitarian value starts to flatten and go down. In other words, if you take a guy who's worth $100 million and you give him another $100 million, maybe he feels good about himself for a week, but at the end of the day, it doesn't change his life at all. So why would he risk that which he already has to get something which does nothing for him? Because the pain of regret is 10 times, this is scientists have figured this out, than the joy of winning, right? So think about it. If somebody's already rich enough and they gamble and they lose, the regret is far more powerful than the euphoria if they win. And I keep bringing this to the forefront with my clients. This is why Warren Buffett won't take the bet and the guy in the street may take the bet. With that as a backdrop, here's my conversation. Mr. Client, whatever you think about Bitcoin or don't think about Bitcoin, whatever it is that how much were you thinking of investing? If it's a benign amount and you're just doing it for the fun of it and it won't make a difference, and you won't kick yourself and say, what an idiot I was, go for it, have fun. And if you win, it isn't going to change your life. It's no different than going down to the casino and having a little fun. There's no harm in it.